All right, guys, welcome back to the World Championship Series Europe Premier League as we now have our winners match to find out who is moving on to the round of 16. It's going to be TLO or uThermal.
Yeah, I think the uThermal has a brilliant shot here to move into the round of 16. Can he do it, though? This is a big game for him right now, but it's also a big game for TLO because as much as it is hard, there's still a chance he can get to BlizzCon with a good performance this year.
Yes, there is. There is a very good chance. As, you know, we've seen TLO being able to pull out good results in the past, but now he needs to string a few together, which can then propel himself forwards. But uThermal's here to stop that. uThermal showed in the first series that he's looking on form, on point against Protoss. Now, what can he bring to the table against Zergs?
You would never know or realize, if you haven't looked closely at the results, that if TLO loses today, it would be his 4th finish in the round of 32. That's so insane to think about, of like a TLO caliber of player, but he just kind of messes up a little bit in the Premier League game. Nerves and overconfidence a lot as well.
I mean, he always touts and broadcasts the fact that he has a good regiment, a good lifestyle. For example, he has a good practicing schedule. He eats right. He eats healthy here, and that all really goes towards his image, what he does. But
look how many games he's got under his belt.
Yeah.
55, 37. That's a lot.
He's like up there as some of the most games played in the entire WCS system, actually.
Yeah, he's played in every Premier League since the beginning, and then he's played in all these DreamHacks IMs as well. How well is he going to do now? He could be in first place, or he'd have to go and play Wellmu.
All right, let's get into it then. Spawning up to the top left, we have our red Zerg representing Team Liquid. It is TLO. And down to the bottom left, our blue Terran representing ET Gaming, it's uThermal.
So, we have 3-minute breaks.
Yes.
In 3-minute breaks. If any of you are a little bit bored at the start of this series, you should tweet some ideas of what you think could possibly done in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
By us.
That's actually a really good idea.
What do you think that we do in 3 minutes?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me know. Because I would actually find it interesting to know what you think we do and what we actually do. Because you don't know.
There are a lot of possibilities. A lot of possibilities.
There are, you know. I mean, Kalaris could stand up and do 5 jumping jacks for all we know.
In 3 minutes? I think I could probably do a few more than 5 in 3 minutes, my friend. Maybe 6.
Well, you could do 5 and sit down again. I don't know.
Yeah. True.
Okay, so we have a Reaper opening coming out from uThermal and a hatchery first on the low ground for TLO.
It's cool, that.
Yeah, that's nice because this third base location can be hard to take because of the Reapers and the Hellions that are going to be kind of annoying around this location. They take control of the ramp. They're going to try and contain you on 2 bases. So, interesting move that TLO's decided to take it already.
Yeah. I mean, we did see quite a bit of that in the past, in previous metagames of people taking forward bases before pocket expansions as Zergs, for example, not only to get the creep nice and spread over there, but also because of the factors that you've mentioned. So, it's cool to see that coming along here from TLO.
uThermal, though, is quite good in this matchup. And I think that's one of his key strengths, uThermal. He doesn't stand out as a guy with massive micro control and the ability to drop in 10 places at once. He's just solid.
Yeah.
His macro's really good. His builds are good. I know he watches a lot of Pro League and GSL, obviously, like everyone does, and he likes to, get ideas from people like Flash who are performing well. And I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw a very Flash-esque style come out from uThermal. And if you don't know what Flash does in Terran vs. Zerg, it's just nothing special. It's just build a lot of units.
Yeah.
And more so, the only thing that stands out compared to other Terrans and differences is that it's Hellbat focus and Marauder focus. Marauder, Hellbat, Marine, and just parade push. Lots of parade pushes.
He sees the creep down on this left-hand side, so eventually he will come down here and spot this base. So there's a drone or 2 here that are a little bit vulnerable, so he needs to make buildings with them or bring the Zerglings around. Gets an extractor down. That's going to die. Oh!
Yeah, nice pickup.
Very, very close. Might even get a second one. Oh, nice.
Nice.
And if this base had been up at the top, maybe that wouldn't have happened. So TLO here is...
pros and cons.
Yeah. Because now, yes, he establishes his position. That's cool, and he can take that base at the back. But losing 2 drones...
Gasless as well, so it's very heavy relying on queen defense.
Mm-hmm. Up to the point now where those 2 go down for our good old transition onwards. And that command center is about to finish up. Ooh. Shouldn't be able to get that.
No, it should be okay. So 3 CC. Unfortunately for Mr. Wunsch, that's correctly how to say his name, he's got no idea what the hell uThermal's doing. Is this going to be some weird 2-base timing? Is this going to be this? Is it Cloak Banshee? Is it Blue Flame? Is it double Hellions? Is it, you know, he doesn't know anything.
No.
And the Overlords are shut down really well by those Marines, as we just saw. So TLO is trying to get info. It's 3 command centers. Oh, no, sorry, not 3 command centers. Sorry, I thought it was a command center for some reason. A little bit crazy. It's a starport here for a Viking, and then a reactor here as well. So these Hellions could get dropped, depending on how much the Viking gets cleaned up. And TLO just completely in the dark.
Well, Reaper gets shut down. He was trying to scout out in the main, but it's hard to actually jump through into the main. There is only one location, and it was behind the natural hatchery. As here comes the Viking, looking to go on the patrol.
Yeah, it looks like a Viking, and then into Tech Lab, and then into maybe a Banshee from here, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Double Marines coming out too, but double Marines being pumped out at the same time. There's actually a lot of Marines and Hellions together.
Have you noticed how there's also a lot of creep spread already pushing down these avenues?
That's the pro of having this base out in the open so fast.
Yeah. And again, it really does come back to that previous metagame that I was talking about. It's
and
like,
it's no Evolution Chamber base either. It's straight layer, Baneling Nest, 3rd base taken a little bit after, but it's more headed towards Spire play than anything else.
yeah, all that gas. What else are you going to be doing with it, really? I mean, there's the Baneling Nest going down. Now Cloak is on the way as well. Where's?
I'd be so scared if I was TLO. I've got no idea if this is Blue Flame, if it's not.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to find out for him.
There's so many Hellions, and there is a Medivac too, with 8 Marines. Ooh. I'm a little bit worried here for TLO.
Zergling at least spots that moving out. So it was going to try and skirt around the edges of creep to the back base, but it's not going to get there without being spotted. That is a lot of aliens. A lot of aliens. Against just Lings with a few Banelings mixed in? This could really hit hard. But the Spire...
And it's going to be Hellbat's meat with the Armory finishing up. So it's a big push coming out here. No Spire in it. It's only Ling Baneling. The connections need to... They need to connect.
Yes, they do. And they're going to push through the middle. These Hellions trying to find a way. But here come the Hellbats. Picks up, gets out of there.
Oh, look at this push. And this is because TLO has been in the dark. He's had no idea, but does he have enough Banelings?
All right, now he only has 16 Lings and 7 Banelings in total. Tries to split up.
Yeah, good spread there by uThermal.
Picks up, drops on down. The Hellbats continue on. One Hellion in normal mode tries to do something, but going to try and split up once again. The Banelings really aren't doing a whole lot. And to be fair, there are still quite a few Hellbats left over, but the Lings and Queens should be able to clean them up on the right-hand side.
Looks like TLO is going to defend this.
And he might even get this... Well, he's going to get the Viking. He doesn't have protection for the Banshee, though, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, obviously it's being built. Good defense, though. Good defense. 58 supply to 78. And now, once these Millers come out, we'll see a big drone up towards that 3rd. But more importantly, where's the anti-air?
At least he sees the Spire now. He didn't during the rest of this.
Yeah, he's got to start thinking about anti-air. He's got 1 Marine being built. He's got 2 already out.
I mean, did he even have an engineering bay? Did he?
No, it was all skipped to do this type of attack.
Yeah, the Mutalisks are actually going back to... I'm not sure where they're going, but they could be on the aggressive a little bit further. I mean, TLO now has spotted out that there is a lack of a 3rd. The Lings are just going to get in without anything actually defending it. And, ooh, this is not a good start here for uThermal in this series.
No, this is shut down. And it's really funny to see this because TLO had no idea what was going on at all, yet this happened.
GG. TLO takes a very swift game number 1 here in the series.
Could be looking at a 1st place finish here, TLO, and be our 2nd Zerg to go through if he wins this next map along with Mini Razor. And good performance there from TLO. A bit of a weird game because it was a game that one player decided to do something, the other player had no idea what was going on, but managed to defend it, managed to counter, managed to win.
Yeah, yeah. It was pretty cut and dry. Pretty cut and dry. So good stuff by TLO. Good defense in the end, actually, with the crisis control of how many Hellbats there actually were. I mean, it's quite a daunting task to go up against so many Hellbats so early on with only Lings, etc. But
I did like TLO's strategy in that game. The kind of build he used, the like 2-base Spire, Ling bailing defense.
Yeah.
Because he was a little bit worried about what potential 2-base attack could come. And, he had his Spine, he had his Queens, he had his Lings and Bailings. And any 2-base attack coming from a Terran, if it doesn't kill you and you are able to get a 2-base Spire up and get in with Mulish, you can do that. So I did like the choice of build here by TLO.
And again, you can never underestimate the power of creep because of how well developed that already was, how annoying it is for the Terran, yes, to technically step on, but also you have so much more defensive capability at that point.
Right.
To be able to just get good wraparounds, good support, good vision all the time as to what's going on every single moment. So I think I really like the decision to take the base at the front. It was really cool.
Overgrowth. No more different base taking here from TLO. I wonder if TLO is going to bring any roach play into this series. It's something that is popular, but is also easily countered if you're expecting it to happen. But I'm not really expecting it to happen from TLO, so maybe it could. That sentence doesn't really make sense, but you kind of get it, what I'm trying to say there. So I wonder if he'll play something like that. But uThermal, back to basics here. Overgrowth, not so much a map where you can try tricks like this. It's easier to scout with Overlords. You get in the main base easier with the Overlord to see if there is a third or not, to check the gases. You're not going to really fool anybody here. So we'd expect in a normal game from uThermal. But also remember that nobody really wants to play Wellmu if they lose this series.
No.
Because Wellmu is that guy who hasn't finished lower than a top 12 ever in the Premier League here. So, stats say that he's meant to go through today.
Yeah.
So you don't really want to go up against a guy who's meant to go through in that decider match. So the easy way, as simple as it sounds, is to beat this guy in front of you.
That's true.
uThermal or TLO.
And ultimately, when it comes to Wellmu, maybe he was just finding his footing at the start of this series. Because, again, you said, and we all know that he does have health issues that he has to combat. He also had school things and other commitments that came along. But anyway, let's get into game number 2 now, as we have Overgrowth on map, as these two battle out. One of these is going to the round of 16, spawning up to the top right. Our red Zerg representing Team Liquid. It is TLO. And down to the bottom left-hand corner, we have our blue Terran representing AT Gaming. It's uThermal. Now, does Graham say anything? Oh, we did! Oh! Wait, what?
Game paused.
How do you change the game speed in game?
I don't know what just happened.
What the? Jobin, keep on. How do you change the speed in the wrong game? In the middle of the game? I didn't know you could do that as the referee.
I actually don't know what's going on right now.
Well, do you remember that discussion we had last group about if you talk to homeless people, if you do that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Basically, Graham took on my advice and is now actually remaking for the French stream. That's very kind of him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And from the replay, too, because you don't want that Overlord to go on a different path this game.
Where did it go?
The normal path.
Oh,
but, you know,
all right.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily... I guess the spawning locations are saved if it started from the replay. It's the only thing that it keeps...
Recovering from game.
But, I don't think the players would even care about that either.
Yeah.
But yeah, so looking after the French people here, keeping the French audience happy with their French casting, as he was dropped now in again.
Yeah. And the back. Okay, cool. So Overgrowth will be loading up once again in a second. Nothing really developed in that game just yet. I won't do the intros again when we get back in because that'd be kind of weird. And yeah, so it's very important that we do have consistent spawns. That's why we're recovering from game. All right. uThermal actually questioned if why we were recovering from a game, but yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Not
That's
really.
Why he's
Not
saying
really.
it. It's you can just do another game. It doesn't matter.
There
That's
you
why
go.
he's saying it, because the spawning locations don't impact one way or the other. It's like a chess game. You start the game and you're white, and then the cat comes in, jumps on the chessboard, and it all goes to bad. Let's say someone else there.
Too bad.
It all went bad, and everything's on the floor, and then you're like, "Well, I want the white pieces again." It's like it doesn't matter, man.
If we
It's the
were
same
playing,
thing.
if we were playing Smash Brothers and you chose Marth, I would want the white Marth. Doesn't matter.
I guess TLO wants to be at the top.
I guess so. I guess so.
Was he at the top?
Uh,
I don't know where he was.
I think he was at the bottom. I'm not sure.
Today's been quite a fast day. I
Yeah,
mean,
it has.
8:30, and we're coming to a close already.
Mm.
With this series already going through, and then one more afterwards, of course.
That was the quickest recover game ever. Oh, he was at the top. You were right. He was at the top. Right, 3, 2, 1. Let's get back in as we have nothing really going on right now.
No.
It was bizarre that he could change the speed of the game in-game.
Wait, what is this?
Oh, no. Is this the right speed? Make it faster, Graham. Graham, make it faster! He can hear us upstairs, maybe.
This is unacceptable.
Oh, that's a very German thing to say. Oh, he
Talking
did.
about, actually, you nailed that then. This is unacceptable. In German is the thing you say when it changes.
Yeah.
If you go to a shop, you complain, they're having none of it. And then you go, this is unacceptable. In German, that's when you throw the glove down.
Yeah.
I can't remember the German phrase for it, but I've heard this before.
Oh, can we think of other German phrases as, well, probably shouldn't say them, as there's 2 SCVs heading out up to the
I
top
have
left.
no idea what you were even thinking.
No,
but,
no.
We'll let that one slip. He's like, there's a 2x happening. Think of another German phrase. I'm like, Cloris, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, dear. All right. So,
double barracks in a very skewed position.
Where's this
TLO is
going?
actually actively looking in the middle here,
yeah.
but this is in a weird position.
Yeah, it's very, very far out of the way.
And this is uThermal's, chance to go through or not here. He dropped down to the decider match if this doesn't work.
This is his ace up his sleeve. Channel the flash within you. Channel the MVP within you.
Yeah.
Channel Korean Terrans. Okay.
Second Overlord is in a very interesting position.
Well, he's going to see the SCV
Well,
and he'll be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You what, mate?
There was a gas tick. It's not going to be too helpful. Yeah, he's going to know. This SCV does not come from this direction.
It's like,
He's
Yeah.
already pulled 2 drones, 3 drones. He knows. The SCV does not come from that position.
nope. Well,
All right.
first
Oh,
Marine's
he's
on
got
the
a
right.
bit of damage done to the SCV already. And of course, this
we
is
did do something.
going to be building a bunker. There is another SCV coming away.
He could lose this Overlord, but he really doesn't. He wants to be focusing his attention on saving the bunker and pushing forward more so than not. Here come a lot of drones as well. It's very difficult to deal with bunkers this far back.
Yeah. Marines is so far away, though, because the barracks are so far.
Yeah, it's a bit odd. But another SCV is coming to join the fray.
Spine started, and if they finish, this isn't going to work.
That's 3 Marines so far, but and now he has to leapfrog forwards. He absolutely needs to keep the pressure on.
Well, he's got to do this now.
Yeah.
If the spine crawl is complete, then this is over. It's that simple. Great micro so far from TLO.
Yeah, very good. Oh, loses 1 drone. Second drone.
2. Spine's halfway.
Here come the bunkers. Extra Marines on the way. 5, but the Zerglings are out now to try and focus down on the SCVs. Gets 1 SCV. Second one also being focused as well.
This is
Doesn't
working.
fall.
This is working.
Uh-oh. All right, the Marines going to town once again. 1 spine crawler is going to fall. Second one will finish up, though, with the Zerglings tanking. But the bunker on the left-hand side is now complete, which can keep
great,
dancing.
Yeah, great drop out there from the bunker.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. TLO. He's got 10 drones left.
Get it? TLO. Uh-oh. GG.
Gone. Gone.
That was the cheesiest joke I've made all day.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, so uThermal pulls it off like a god. as that is the way that gods win, apparently, is with the 2 racks. Good old classic, and he equalizes it as simple as that. So a nice, easy move and a nice, easy win. So now it goes over to game 3, where we'll see how things play. I actually expected that one to play out normal. I didn't expect the 2 barracks to come in. And TLO did actively look for it, but not, I mean, you don't look for it on the other side of the map.
Pretty far away. 2 racks has really been gaining traction as of late for some reason. I mean, as we've seen, Flash has done it, and it's been spotted instantly, and then he's just won still. And that was spotted quite early, to be fair, with the SCV coming from that direction, and it did well again. So overall, though, I mean, credit to uThermal. Go for it, man. Go for it.
So, is the 2 barracks rush like this attack? Is this the oldest, still used tactic in StarCraft?
I guess so. The only thing I can think of older. Wait, nobody does early pulls anymore either, really.
6 pull, you could argue that it's there as well, but you don't really see it.
And then Protoss is 4 gate, which you never see.
Cannon Rush.
Cannon Rush.
Is 2 barracks
Sometimes.
the most successful, the most famous rush there is in StarCraft, and since the beginning of time.
2 racks.
You can even think about it if you include Brood War as well. You can say like Proxy Barracks is
2 racks is
Bunker Rushes.
StarCraft.
Bunker Rushing. StarCraft.
Yeah, Bunker Rushing, man. Boxer.
There you go. It's confirmed that the Bunker Rush is the most successful, most used, and most famous rush in all of StarCraft. It's funny, though, because 6 pull is the stereotypical
but it's
rush.
It's not really that successful.
Right? 6 pull is a stereotypical one.
Yeah.
Or 5 pull, I think it was in Brood War.
Zerglin Rush is so famous, it's on Google.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But Bunker Rush isn't.
No. Where's our Bunker Rush?
Well, we just called it more successful and more famous, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so King Sejong Station is the next map here. Imagine if he 2-racks again. That'd be so sick.
That would be pretty sick, yeah. I'd like to see that. Be pretty crazy. If Flash can do it, why can't everybody else? No, that's not a very good justification for it. But looks like both of them are good to go for King Sejong Station. Even if he did try, I think TLO will be looking out for it quite heavily. But at the same time, do you commit another drone to like be scouting around and checking things out? You're losing economy, and then he just doesn't do it, and it's like,
he's not going to drone scout.
No.
I mean, he may keep an overlord around his natural. He may move overlords around, the area, but he won't drone scout. I would be very surprised if he did that, because the likelihood of it to happen is so incredibly low that if you did drone scout, and if you think about if you drone scout, then you want to drone scout every single game.
But it makes you wonder, like, what does uThermal think about the matchup in general? Because he's been, the past 2 games against Zerg, he's been pretty darn aggressive. With game number 1 being a different flavor of aggression, of course, but second game he's like, right, okay, my first flavor of aggression didn't work. Time to bring something super aggressive. I just think he's going to be aggressive here again, but in a different manner. I don't think he wants to take it to the long game against TLO at all.
It doesn't seem like it here. The nature he's playing is definitely very aggressive. I mean, if you think about his games earlier as well against Wellmer, which is SCV pools. So, but yeah, uThermal's had a great start today with that win against Wellmer earlier, and now he is in the winners match where he is 1-1 against TLO, and it could be first place here. It'll be Mini Rays of first place from Group A, and uThermal is first place in Group D.
Pretty crazy.
Yes.
All right, let's get into it. Spawning up to the top left, tying up the series with the 2 racks as our blue Terran. It is uThermal. And down to the bottom right, we have our red Zerg representing Team Liquid. It is TLO.
TLO. So, talk to me, Colaris.
Yes?
Why, I had a couple of tweets come through saying the colors white and black in chess do matter. Why?
Because...
Why would someone prefer to be white over black? Or, whatever around.
I think it's because of the layout of the squares, right? Because it's not always... Like, you stay on... Because you stay on...
So layout,
I can't explain it.
So, I don't know chess very well. So, there is an advantage if you are white.
I'm glad our producer is nodding to my explanation.
There's an advantage if you are white in chess? But but you have the same pieces.
Yeah,
The way that
like,
the borders
yeah,
layout
it's
is?
the squares.
How
like,
does that help?
Because
Okay, I'd have to look into this a little bit more. Okay, I didn't know that. From now on, I will always choose white, and I will always win. So,
and white goes first.
white moves for... yeah, I've heard of that before. Anyway...
I play Go, man. Like, go play chess.
Yeah.
Go's fun. Go's ridiculous, actually, now that I think about it, but whatever. Anyway, what's going on here? We have gas opener for you.
Yeah, just a regular opener, but TLO's gone spawning pool first. This is fantastic against 2 barracks. If he builds 6 slings, he could do the ring around the Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
Which he's building. So this is a massive move that if it works and he gets the lings on the command center building on the low ground and cancels it, huge advantage.
Yeah. And it's very, very scary to deal with for uThermal. He's got to be very diligent about how he controls this, because that Reaper is going to head off on the left-hand side, no doubt, straight towards his opponent's base. But Lings, meanwhile, heading straight around the right. So, where are you, Reaper? Oh, he's actually going to go the right way. On the right-hand side. He's got to be super, super careful about it. He's not going to spot it, though, like, with the direction he's taken, so...
Yeah.
Oh. What
no
the?
way.
What?
This Reaper.
No.
He's close, though. That's the best part.
Yeah, exactly. You can just come back and reinforce. I can't
Doesn't see the lings.
No.
But the Reaper's still around.
Why did he stay?
Yeah.
Why did he stay?
He's going to get the SCV. That's kind of... Well, I can't... Oh, okay.
Whoa,
So
okay. All right, then.
that's kind of good anyway.
I think he wanted to get the SCV off, but misclicked.
No, the SCV was already moving. Just he was like, oh, I'm not messing around. So I'm just going to cancel it and build it straight away, rather than try to save it to then have it cancelled.
Yeah, I guess.
Damage on the reactor. I think he got 2 SCVs, not just 1. Good start there for TLO.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Making the command center in base, really. Yeah, as you say, not messing around with
And
it.
quite a fast gas here from TLO too. That means he's going to have Zergling speed quite early on. I don't think he would be aggressive with it. That's not TLO, I don't think. But to get Zergling speed out early is going to help against the Hellions, for sure. Especially if they get over-eager.
Yeah. There's plenty of drones on the way as well to saturate those bases. As you know, now that I look at it, like, if getting the SCV down there to mess around as well, in the time that he did to cancel and then start it back up in the main base, it's not as massive a delay as you would consider it to be. So that's quite speedy. I'm quite impressed by that by uThermal.
Very creative opening from TLO, naturally.
Oh, yes. No doubt.
Speed and still in gas.
Oh, jumping in, having a look around.
And uThermal's going to spot this, and this is a little bit alarming, just a little, because it could mean an attack.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, why? But it also could mean that he's just going to throw down double evolution chambers soon and just get the upgrades from the gas as well, so... Could be aggression, more than likely not going to be, though.
Yeah, the Reaper died, but not really in vain, as the Queen's killed that off. And now, Orbital Command is going to start up here. There's how many Hellions? Only the 2 out right now, with 2 extra being added on. And the token Viking to start killing off Overlords. It's always at least guaranteed 1. He sees it above there, and then from there on out, he might even get a second one on this left-hand side.
Yeah, double evolution chamber from TLO, so... Okie doke. And it is going to be, so far, a similar opening from uThermal. So it's going to be the Hellions and Marines with a drop into the Banshee. Drop Banshee, drop then Banshee. And then he added on the Armory to then use Hellbats. TLO has used a much more traditional style and opening now, compared to the fast Spire, which caught uThermal a little bit off guard.
Creep Spray going fast again, though, here for TLO.
And early Baneling Nest as well.
Yeah.
And TLO hasn't managed to spot much, though, unfortunately, for him.
Hellions moving out a little earlier than before.
Yeah. I think he's predicting or just assuming that the same build is coming again, because he noticed that obviously there's a Viking that killed his Overlord or 2.
Yeah.
And that in the previous game did push towards the Starport being used for a Banshee. And he's got the Baneling Nest before the 1-1 upgrade, so... I think TLO is actually expecting the same build.
Yeah, it looks like it right now. We have the Banshees being added in, as you mentioned, with that cloak, and he's just going for the 1/1 Lings here at the moment, and making quite a few of them. The presence of the threat here technically is slowing down the droning a little bit, so if uThermal can keep pumping out units, then maybe the economy for TLO later isn't as strong. But of course, he's compensating with having the units, and he's even mixing in drones anyway, so he's not feeling too pressured.
No, not yet. But he might soon, because there's a drop in his main.
Yeah, that doesn't help. There's some Banelings already morphing in, 6 in total. Has to be careful about how he's going to defend this. Right now, it's not a double-pronged attack. It's just focused on this back, as, of course, there are the units at the front, but they're not moving just yet. He's getting quite a few drones here. 1 or 2.
And now the Hellbats.
Moving in. That's quite as here. 3 Queens, though, grab themselves that Viking already. Making sure that that Overlord can stay alive. Not being supply blocked is very, very important.
Where's the Banelings?
They were running back. They are on the way. But for now, he's held at this ramp pretty well.
5 worker kills. The result of that. Slight hiccups across the board when it comes to production, income, lava injects.
There isn't as big a committal here for uThermal overall.
No.
And then TLO likewise, going for these melee upgrades was slowing down, you know, the layer initially, and this Spire is a little bit later than it was before.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot later. But this time, I don't mind TLO's position that much. Unless these Hellions do more, I think TLO's okay with this. Faster 2-2 starting before even 1-1 begins.
Yeah, Link spots the
Third base
Hellions.
down, only losing 5 drones. I'd say that's pretty good.
And 1-1's on the way now for uThermal. He could throw up missile turrets if he catches whiff of the Spire again, which he does see, technically. He knows it's there.
Yeah,
but
he'll have to add on turrets.
yeah, just timing that out.
+2 carapace, Mr. TLO. Thank you very much.
I get that going. How many Lings do we have out? Just a few. An extra sprinkling of 16 being added on as well.
Yeah, good saturation for TLO over these 3 bases, pretty much. It's a little... There's like 2 or 3 drones missing from ideal, but he's going to take a 4th base very shortly. And overall, this is, like I said, I actually quite like TLO's setup. He's got good creep spread already. The Spire is going to come into play. Not a massive impact of Mutilus straight away, but you can get a good 4 or 5 out with a +1 attack.
3rd base is going to be on the way here for uThermal on the right-hand side. Just long-distance mining a little bit as well as looking to gear up to move out. For a second, I was surprised if he was gonna with this small paltry force.
TLO opting to choose the middle base here rather than one of these flanked bases, which definitely are more difficult to defend. But likewise can this middle one be too. There's just no creep spread outside of your front of the 4th, which means Widowmind, any style of attack and aggression around the 4th is going to be much harder for TLO to defend unless he does get that creep spread going, which he is working on.
It's quite funny how that works out, actually, because he's scouting out every 4th base location apart from the middle one.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit unfortunate for uThermal. Again, if you think back to Snoot's playstyle on a map like this, he's oftentimes going for those flank bases as opposed to the middle one.
TLO looks in good shape, to be brutally honest.
Yeah.
Does look in good shape. He's not really making that many mistakes. His defense has been quite good. He's had a good day today overall. A little bit unfortunate with that 2 barracks, but I mean, look at this, uThermal can't go anywhere until combat shields is done, and it's a lot of time here for TLO. And he spots that 4th base.
Mutalisks are out and about now. There was actually only just 1 or 2 missile turrets on the extremities of this base added on in the natural. Main has 1 to cover the entire mineral line, but aside from that, TLO is gathering momentum.
Yeah, and he's got a decent-ish meter count, I guess now. What is it? 12, it's climbing. He's got 11 Baelings to accept this push that's coming. Combat shields is going to be done. The creep spread's still not that good, though, on this 4th, which is a difficult thing here for TLO, but
yeah,
it's got to be careful. It's going to have to maybe come from 2 sides here to get a good fight.
Drops a scan, sees exactly where this army is, knows exactly where it's going to be positioning as he's being drawn out into the middle of this area.
That's
and actually,
a lot of Banelings.
He's looking to go for a surround. He's going to try and come in from both sides here. That's a lot of Marines likewise, but as you say, the Banelings will continue to roll on forwards, and TLO is going to absolutely wipe this army off the map.
Oh, it's just... Well, a couple of reinforcements pushed the Mutas away, but that was a great fight for TLO.
Yeah.
He's just had a lot of momentum from the start of the game here where he didn't really take that much damage.
Yeah, very, very difficult here for uThermal to really try and capitalize on this after the opener, and Banelings continue to move on forwards. He's somehow going to have to stim and keep kiting back, but the Banelings just do their job with the support of the Lings and Mutas.
Yeah. Not a super high mutalist count, more so the gas has been thrown into Banelings. And now onto the third, and with SCVs being picked off here, this is disastrous here for uThermal. And TLO is going to be looking at first place if he continues on like this.
Very, very well done. Good focus fire there by uThermal to try and keep himself alive during all of this. But once the Zerg has found their way through to your eco line, your production, everything. I mean, Marines are popping out here. They could have been picked off. But uThermal's holding on for just a second, even contaminate on some of these buildings to slow things down. Slowing down medevac production here for uThermal as well.
Yeah, really, really good start here for TLO. He's got 7 drones in gas on that 4th base. Just now fixed it to 3-2, kind of fixed it. But yeah, I mean, when you're on 4 bases like this, untouched, you're not disturbed in your income anywhere via drops. You're able to build so much with gas off 4 bases, Mulus, Banelings, Infestation Pit, upgrades, everything he wants.
Yeah. And because he has the +1 weapons now, he actually could have brought down the missile turret, but I guess he focused fire on the refinery instead. But there's so much firepower behind it. He's getting a base over on the left-hand side, the 5th base. His creep spread is flourishing on the right-hand side. So uThermal has all of these things to shut down the creep spread on the right, the 5th base on the left. That it's he and defend as well.
Yeah, that's the problem. uThermal has to defend and build an army and also attack within the next 5 minutes, because if he doesn't, then you're actually going to start to see TLO use the hive, which is going to be for the ultralists, is going to be for the the adrenal glands and the 3-3.
Yeah, and it's not like there's any rush for TLO right now. TLO can just keep doing this and being annoying.
Yeah, catches an engineering base, so no 3-3 timing is going to hit him. And also uThermal scan the hive. He knows he's got to move soon. He knows he's running out of time. TLO has gone untouched this game. He's had a great start. He's had a great mid game. And it's going to be almost an instant loss.
I like how uThermal, though, is actually scanning as he went just there to just check if there are any burrowed Banelings around.
Well, it's Mr. Creativity over here, so...
Yeah, you got to be careful. There's Infestation Pit finished up. He's getting Pathogen Glands. He's going to have Infestors out to shut down just Marines almost alone. He's got, what, 9? Oh, hello.
It's a bit of a mistake there.
He's actually kind of trapped. He's trying to find a way out. Does wiggle around.
Ling's going to harass the 3rds.
And that's a lot of Lings. So, like, I mean, these few Marauders aren't really going to do a whole lot against that. He needs to stim back with quite a bit of his army.
uThermal's macro has been very good, being able to get to 200 supply as fast as he has.
Yeah. Army supplies 143 against 144.
I think TLO needs to come from 2 sides here with this Baneling attack. I think a direct engagement could be bad. But look at it, it's pure bio. No mines, no Hellbats.
He needs mines. He actually needs mines. Well, a lot of Banelings separate themselves off at the front and really don't do much. They hit Marauders just there. This could be uThermal's time to try and strike.
TLO's not controlling his Banelings at all.
Yeah, a lot of that hit at the front. I did switch away, but I was looking at this Mutalist counterattack as he's just kind of... This is a really wonky situation. He's just going for the jugular. He's just going for the eco lines and rendering this Bioforce at the front.
Well, it's it. That's one army now for uThermal.
Banelings keep hitting Marauders, and it's a sad sight to see, but they really want to get to that squishy innards of the Marines that the Mutalists are being fired
can
at
even
by.
sack his 4th here. He's got another one down to the bottom left, and just buy more time. Keep building Banelings. You've killed your opponent's economy. All you've got to do is kill the army, and you're going to go through his first place.
There's 0 mining for uThermal at this point. Absolutely 0 mining. He's even bringing all the command centers with his army, because he knows that, well, this is pretty much it for him in this series. He has to do something with this army, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
There's going to be a lot of Banelings. There's going to be like 40 Banelings almost.
Yeah, he should crush this.
Yeah.
Should.
67 Marines need to fan out very, very well if they're going to survive this torrent of aggression. Whoop.
Yeah.
They did hit Marauder at the front there. Another Marauder is separated forwards, trying to tank as much as it can, but the Banelings roll on through, catching a lot of the Marines in the back. A lot of them have died off during that, though. 9 Banelings left over. There's just too much. There's too much firepower behind this army for TLO now. Like, even if all of these Marines continue on, there's going to be more Banelings. There's going to be more production. There's going to be more Zerglings flooding out time and time again to keep shutting this down. Now a lot of Marines are dying off. That's pretty much all she wrote here for uThermal. GG. TLO advances through to the round of 16. Congratulations to our German.
Yeah, first place TLO, who now goes 1 level above his former performance in Season 2. He's going to the round of 16. He's coming here to Cologne to play live from the ESL studios. And he's first place. He's also our second Zerg player. Mini Razor also first place from Group A. Congratulations to TLO, who makes it out of his group. Also joins Bunny out of the group. 2 out of the 3 Liquid players do go through. But now that means our last game is going to be a rematch.
Yeah.
uThermal and Wellmu going at it again. SCV pulls coming your way.
Yeah, definitely. We end the night as we began. So join us after the break, guys, and the final series of the night is about to happen. It's Wellmu versus uThermal.